Medical brochures categorize depression as a side effect of cancer. For Hazel, the clinical label is wrong. Her depression is a consequence of dying. At 16, Hazel lives tethered to a green oxygen tank. Her world is remarkably small. She rarely leaves her house, reads the same book endlessly, and refuses all parental pleas. She views herself through a specific, devastating lens. She is a grenade. Someday she will blow up, and her only goal is to minimize the casualties. She believes staying away from people prevents them from being caught in her blast radius. Her existence is entirely defined by damage control. She has stopped participating in life and started managing her impending absence. Then there's the support group. It meets every week in a bleak Episcopal church basement shaped exactly like a cross. The attendees sit right in the middle, the literal heart of Jesus, forming a waiting room for kids running out of medical options. Augustus Waters enters this room missing a leg to osteosarcoma, but he radiates an intimidating confidence. He refuses to shrink into his illness. He openly admits his greatest fear is oblivion, and he harbors an intense desire to leave behind a grand, extraordinary narrative. Hazel counters this ambition with brutal scale. She reminds him that eventually there will be no humans left to remember anything. Everything built, thought, or discovered will be gone, and even Aristotle will be entirely forgotten. Augustus responds by placing an unlit cigarette between his teeth. It's a calculated, theatrical provocation. You put the killing thing in your mouth, but deny it the power to kill. His arrival forces a choice. Hazel can remain safely isolated in her bunker, or she can risk the terrifying vulnerability of actually connecting with another person. The walls come down through attrition. Late-night phone calls stretching into the early morning hours, and the quiet, vulnerable exchange of their favorite paperbacks. They bond over an obscure, unfinished novel about a cancer patient. The book stops mid-sentence, leaving the fate of its characters completely unresolved. And this shared obsession gives them a mutual reason to demand answers about what happens after the end. Augustus elevates Hazel from a patient to a muse. He maps her face onto the actress Natalie Portman, projecting her as the brilliant, troubled lead in his own personal story. Their vocabulary shifts. The simple, unremarkable word okay transforms into a secret promise, becoming their definitive confirmation of one another. By sharing these private obsessions and promises, Hazel has dismantled her grenade defense. She is now hopelessly tethered to another person. This tether pulls them all the way across the Atlantic. Using a foundation's terminal wish, they travel to Amsterdam, miles away from the heavy gravity of their sickbeds. Away from the sterile lighting of hospital rooms, they get to be vibrant teenagers. They drink champagne at dinner and navigate brick sidewalks, entirely detached from the medical charts that define their routines at home. It is here that Hazel realizes the mechanics of falling in love. It happens exactly the way you fall asleep, slowly and then all at once. This cinematic high triggers a powerful cognitive dissonance. The romance feels so immense and impenetrable that it tricks them into believing it has conquered the reality of their biology. They are wrapped in a perfect illusion of infinite time. It completely masks the truth ticking right beneath the surface. The illusion shatters immediately upon their return. Augustus reveals the devastating truth he hid before the trip. His latest scan lit up like a Christmas tree. The cancer is everywhere. And the collapse culminates late at night. Augustus pulls into a gas station with a heavily infected, malfunctioning feeding tube. His body completely fails him under the harsh fluorescent lights. He breaks down in the driver's seat. The boy who desperately wanted a grand, heroic exit realizes he has lost his dignity and that there is absolutely no glory in this kind of decline. Now the roles violently snap into reverse. Hazel, who structured her entire life around protecting others from her eventual death, must now be the strong one, holding him as his light fades. His death leaves an immediate, silent void in her world. The vibrant center of gravity is simply gone. Love offers zero medical salvation. The agonizing grief Hazel carries is the direct cost of letting down her guard for those days of perfect illusion. She is forced to face the exact devastation she spent her life trying to prevent. Standing before his family and friends, she delivers a eulogy for the boy she lay in. This number line visualizes the mathematical concept she uses to find peace. There are infinite numbers between 0 and 1, 0.1, 0.12, and so on. But there is a larger infinity between 0 and 2. Some infinities are simply bigger than other infinities. Augustus leaves her with one final written realization. The universe is a void that does not care about our sickness or our suffering, but we do have some say in who gets to break our hearts. True heroism requires no grand, world-changing gestures. It is found in the quiet, perfect forever Hazel built for Augustus within their numbered days.